Happy Monday, everyone. This is Cheryl with M&C Treasures, where we want to invite or welcome you to our new four-part series. It's called Makeover Monday. It's going to be at the same time from every Monday in the month of February. And we are also streaming into Craft Around the Clock. This is my segment on Craft Around the Clock for the next 4 weeks. And we just want to take things that we found or were gifted and we didn't know what to do and make them over. Now, some of them will change totally, some of them won't, but that's okay. We'll get there. Hello, Miss Patty. How are you this morning, honey? Saw you earlier on Miss Lubell and Mary Hamilton. Good morning. Good morning. And just to let you guys know, up after me will be Lisa and maybe Jonathan. I don't know if he'll be with her this morning. Hey, Mary from Heart's Desire. Then we'll have Cindy Lou from Little Bit of DIY. And then after her is Miss Pat from Unique. So that's our lineup number 3 after myself. And so you guys, we are going to start out with this 2.5-inch styrofoam ball. Don't know if it came from Walmart or Dollar Tree. You can get them anywhere. You probably can even get them at the hardware store anymore. They have so many crafting supplies now, or things that we can reinvent into crafting supplies. Hello, Linda Brown and Miss Frida. How are you?
Good morning, Rita, Cena, Carrie, Terry, Missy, Luann, Patty, considering I didn't say hi to Patty.
Okay, we're going to start with some apple barrel. It's called Sun-Kissed Peach. It's kind of like a fleshy tone, but this is going to end up a little girl, and you'll see what it's with after a while. And I am going to add to it some seashell pink from Folk Art. I turn them upside down because if they start getting low on paint, then my paint's ready to come out, so I don't have to shake it so much.
Good morning, Debbie Gross, Mary Schneider, Cindy Wheeler, Brandy Houston, Barb McMahon, Tracy Campbell, Nicole Pierce, Lisa Hawkins, V&K, all occasions handmade gifts, Heart's Desire.
Okay. All right. If you guys missed our event this past 3 days with Vintage and Thrifted that Miss Tracy put on, go back. You can watch it in All Things Vintage and Thrifted. You can join that group and see everybody in there. They were also streamed into Craft Round the Clock. So if you missed anybody, I was on Saturday, and I had a ball watching everybody. The market day was a brand new thing that Miss Tracy came up with, and it was just vendors on Friday from 12 to 9, and then Saturday and Sunday were full days. Now, if you do paint styrofoam balls, they will not show up smooth, obviously, but I'm okay because this doesn't need to be a real smooth finish, and we don't have to get full coverage on the back part because you won't see the back part. So does anybody have any idea what this is going to be other than my husband, and he may not even know? Hey, Kathy Fuller.
Hey, Brenda Johnson, Lisa Chandler, Deborah N, Sparky Chris, Mary Hamilton, Linda Brown, Nicole Pierce.
He's really getting with it this morning.
Cheryl M, not Cheryl, my wife.
Michi.
Kathy Jones.
And I thought I had enough paint out.
Babs.
I even had a half of it done.
RJ Frida. Crafty Cousins Creations.
And guys, if you come in with your page name, please on your first, comment, and we may not see it on the first one, we may have to get it on replay. Put your name in there too, because some of the newer pages I'm not real familiar with. Hey, there's some I had not heard about that have been around a long time until this past weekend. So I don't know what rock I've been under, but that's okay. I was under a rock.
No, you weren't under a rock. You were moving.
Yeah, that could be too. Because our move was a whirlwind move. It is above freezing already in East Tennessee this morning, which is awesome. I'm ready for spring. I'm tired of winter.
Cindy Wheeler has a guess, a gnome.
Nope, not a gnome. You've been around Justin and Miss Jim too long.
Hey, yeah. Middle Sisters Crafting by Mary Beth.
Hello, my friend, my creative friend, Mary Beth. How are you, hon?
Lulu Bells.
Hello, Miss Annabelle. Did you guys like her bird house? I loved it with this, it made it look like a little red schoolhouse to me. That's all I thought about when she was painting that bright red was little red schoolhouse. Oh, our woodpecker's back. We have a woodpecker outside my window. My husband does feed him. This is a big one.
Lisa C says she reads that these paints should be stored upside down anyway.
Yeah, it is a good idea to store them upside down because then they mix easier. There's more mixing room in them. But for sure, I do it is, because I want to get out my paint when I want. So I did not paint the back at all. You can paint the whole thing. You will not see the back when we're done. So that is totally up to you.
And Crafty Cousins Creations are Tonya and Tylane. I hope I said those names right.
I didn't see it, so I can't help you. Hello, Bonnie. All right, this is what we're going to use. This, I believe, is a couch spring because it's smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. The ones that are actual bed springs are big on both ends, so it doesn't go through your mattress so well. But this is what we're going to use. Now you guys will know what this is. It's going to go up here, okay?
One person said an angel.
Very well. It is going to be. You guys know me too well. Oh, well, that's okay. I'm proud to be me, and that's what we're going to do. Hello, Deb Kraus. Now, I did take off a piece of, this is like a homespun fabric. It's not coffee stained or grunged in Miss Tracy's wonderful grunge. You could do that if you wanted to. I didn't iron it. I may have to go back and steam it when I'm done because I wasn't thinking about creases showing. Now, I'm going to hem it, but I'm going to hem it with Fabri-Tac. You can get this at Walmart. I get mine off of Amazon, but you can get it at Walmart. You can get it many, many places. And I just made this a little bit longer. And that's Shakespeare in the background that's telling you his name. Than the spring itself. So we're going to roll this under. You could leave it. You know what? We might just leave it because if it frays some more, I'm okay with it looking frayed. We're just going to, I don't know.
Hey, Debbie Blair.
Should we hem it or not hem it? You guys have to tell me.
Ocean Breezes and me, Debbie Kraus.
Hello, Miss Mary. You know what? We're going to hem this white piece off because then I can put either the hem side down or the frayed side down. Either one. Thank you guys for all jumping on this morning. I know Miss Annabelle had us all in stitches because she realized into the thing. She said that I was up at 45 minutes after her. And I was like, oh no. But I wasn't. She was happy for Monday morning to get here, and she jumped on 15 minutes early. So, but she took care of us and took us the whole time. So I'm just going to go along this hem or this white selvage of the material, and that's what it is, the part that sits on the loom while they dye them, the fabric and stuff, with just a little bit. And this doesn't give you that hard line. If you guys aren't familiar with Fabri-Tac, it doesn't give you that hard line that hot glue would give you.
Wait a minute, people are happy to see Mondays?
Yeah. Crafters are happy to see every day. So puts us in our happy spot.
I thought seeing me every day put you in your happy spot, honey.
What am I going to do with this man, guys? Gotta love him.
Hey, hidey ho, Judy.
Hello, Miss Judy. Okay, so see, we just rolled it under, so we will have a very smooth edge, and we will have an edge that once over the time, it will probably get frayed a little bit more, and that's okay. But I'm going to put this one up under her neck, under her at the top. And I'm doing a piece of material that is about 2 times the length of the diameter of the big part, because that's at the bottom.
Yes, we are happy to see the sunshine here in East Tennessee. It's supposed to be in the 60s this week with only 1 day of rain and not 3 or 4 like they said we were going to have.
Yeah, originally we were supposed to have 4 days of rain. And then last week we had 3 days of rain, 3 or 4 days of rain. And it was crazy. And I don't like rain that much. It's not my friend for my head. Hello, Cheryl Varner. How are you? Guys, if I miss anybody, I will go back and look at my comments and I'll see whatever Mr. FB will let me see. Okay, now we do have to do something to one side or the other. I thread my needle before you guys got on, or we'd be sitting here for the whole 45 minutes threading my needle. My eyes are terrible. Now I'm just gonna, you know what, I am gonna put it at the top.
Maybe that's why she has me.
And I'm just going to do a running stitch. If you guys don't know, you can, if you sew on a sewing machine, you can do a gathering stitch and it'll be much faster. But if you don't, this is the way to do it handmade. I'm just going to go in and out. I hope you guys can see. And then I just gather them up on my needle until my needle gets full. And then I pull my material or my thread through. And your gathers don't have to be even, but on a material like this, you could make them very even by counting the little squares if you really need to. I'm okay with uneven gathers.
Good morning, Kathy B. from Hampton, Tennessee.
Welcome. I do not know where Hampton, Tennessee is.
I'll figure that out in a second for you.
We are over on the east side of Tennessee, about an hour or about 45 minutes from Knoxville.
Good morning, Chicken Pickens from Oregon, which is Barb.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Barb. I saw that goodness that you sent Miss Annabelle because they don't get the same kind of fabrics in Canada that we do, I guess. I don't know how I would survive.
Patty Gentry says it's 19 here, supposed to be 32.
Oh, no, Miss Patty. Well, at least it might get out of freezing. We can pray, right? Hello, Miss Cindy. And you'll notice that it's going to gather as I start to go. So if you want something real full on like even a window, you take the measurement and you double it at least 1.5 times, or it will not gather. It would just be straight. And then it wouldn't curve very well, especially on our spring. Like I said, if I decide that I want to shorten this once we get it on our angel, on our spring, you won't see much of this spring, but you would always know what you made it on. And like I said, sometimes these springs, the couch springs seem to be a little more available than the bed springs. I got all my couch springs for a super phenomenal price. One of the times we were in Conway, Arkansas, visiting my mom. And I do plan on going back to that little store when we go back, because they had all kinds of everything. Goodness. Hello, Miss Ann.
And if I'm reading it correctly, she is just south of Bristol, Tennessee.
Okay, so you're over more towards the center of the state.
No, she's more over towards North Carolina.
Oh, you're on North Carolina. You're even further over. Now, I am going to leave this on my needle until I decide how full or how gathered up, and then I can pull it tighter with my needle before I tie the thread. Now, I am going to start right at where the spring itself starts. And I'm going to just glue it just a tad.
Cheryl T., we usually find bed springs when we're not looking for them.
Yeah, ours are hit and miss in our thrifting and scavenging is what I call it, but it's not scavenging. But it's a good thing. Now see how when I curled that up, it's just going to graze the table or whatever you've got it sitting on. And I am going to just put glue as we go. I'm not going to do it all at once because then I can't adjust my gathers if I need to. I don't have time to get them all on there.
Patty Gentry says Secondhand Treasures sells them.
Oh, Miss Debbie does, Patty? I did not know that she did. Now, she is a thrifter and a antiquer and stuff too. So I know Mike likes to do that. We just haven't done much of it with moving it, but we are down in the South now and probably will do tons more of it.
Heart's Desire has a question for you. They want to know what is a good price to look for on springs.
Oh, Miss Lisa, I have no idea what they really are going for. I will tell you what I got these for, and like I said, they were a steal. And I got 10 of them when I got them, and I've used quite a few. I've made a ghost, I've made a scarecrow. Didn't make anything for Christmas on them. I started to do a snowman head, but I got mine for $2.50 a piece.
Yes, Jerry, I'm seeing your comments on. It's just they're flying by me too fast.
Is it Mama Jerry?
Saunders.
Yes. Hey, Mama Jerry.
Hey, Mama Jerry.
So, yeah. So, like I said, I know I got mine for a steal. And mine are couch springs, not bed springs. I know bed springs are a little less available from what I understand. And the only difference is one of them is wide. If you're going to use, good morning, Janice. If you're going to put stuff in it like a bird nest, I did do a bird nest on one, but I did it on the other end. I made the bird nest and glued it to the other end. If you want them both open wide so you could put hearts or something like that and make it like a little bowl, you will need to find a actual bed spring, or yes, bed spring. Couch springs are little at the top.
Two things. Where's your finger protectors at?
Mama Jerry, did you say something about my finger protectors?
Yes, she did. And
Mercy,
you
mercy.
never said the price.
I did. I said I got mine for a steal. They were $2.50 a piece. Mike must not have heard me. He was probably concentrating. Okay, I got my finger protectors. It's not that hot with material. Now, see how I've got mine really full and I'm okay. I like that.
And Lelix Creations has some for sale too.
Okay, Andrina has some for sale too. Okay. See, I knew that Miss Deb was in the Vintage Market Day, and she was on. I have not watched all of it because I was afraid I would buy too much, but I didn't. I was a good girl. So I just I did not know that Andrina had them. Okay, I'm using my finger protectors. Hey, Miss Mary. Yes, Miss Debbie will be on Mary Ocean Breeze and me. She will be on her page at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. PM. I know Miss Deb likes to do that 10 p.m. But that's good for you gals on the West Coast because then you get to see somebody late at night. Now I did not curl under my seam. You can do that if it makes you happy. I'm not real particular about it because you're not going to sit there and look and see if it's covered up.
That means only thing is with somebody being on that late, that means Cheryl will be watching them on her phone in the bed, and it'll be 11 o'clock at night here.
Yes, and no, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Oh.
And Mr. Mike is like, who's on now? That's what he does for me. So, yes, I know. It's kind of funny, isn't it, Mama Jerry? I knew right where they were, and I do use them most of the time lately. I've been getting pretty good. I got a couple pretty nasty burns. Oh, you thought it was morning, Mary? Yeah,
Good
no,
morning,
it's tonight,
Robinson.
10 p.m. Eastern tonight. And you guys, please keep Mary from Ocean Breeze and me and her husband Bill in your prayers, please. He has open heart surgery scheduled for the 10th of February here, in this week. And it's a very stressful time, I'm sure.
Do we have any birthdays out there today?
Does anybody have a birthday today or had one over the weekend that we weren't aware of? I was like, where are my scissors? But I put everything away.
Debbie Cross says,
hello, Miss Yvonne.
Oh my gosh, I have some old furniture. She's going to go through and get
if you have old furniture and you're not planning on using it, turn it over and see if it's got metal springs. And see, that's that selvage that you see that I turned under. So it's really cute. If I wasn't going to turn that under, I could have glued the white strip around the top, done it with the gathering stitch, and you wouldn't have seen it. So we got a little chunky angel, and that's okay. Because chunky's kind of good sometimes. I'm chunky.
Southern Designs and Finds doesn't care because she stays up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Miss Yvonne, I don't know how you do it, honey. But I'm up usually between 5 and 6. So I do sleep, but just at weird times for me. I'm just going to take this, and this is going to be the face of it. Now, aren't a little angel? I am going to have to dry it just a little bit, and be careful with the heat tool because you will melt your styrofoam ball like there's no tomorrow. He's not there.
And we got a really good deal on this soot container that I found that Cheryl found yesterday.
Yeah, it's just for cardinals, and I have never seen food just for cardinals.
And what it is most soot blocks have it to where they have to hang on to the cage. This actually has like a metal perch that they can go on.
So I plan on, and I didn't realize that the one that was outside my window here, I didn't think they were bird specific. And it is a woodpecker. And I wondered why these two woodpeckers are here every single morning I go live, every single morning. And I'm just like, boy, they must like what you feed them. And Mike's like, why? He goes, but it's woodpecker food that we're feeding them. That's why they're here. Hey, Gina, good morning, honey. Now I'm going to tilt this a little bit so that this white part is down a little bit. And before we do that, we got a step we got to do. Whee! Cheryl messed up.
Patty G was She woke up around 12:30 a.m. and up at 5:30 a.m.
Oh, geez, girl. I actually didn't wake up last night. This is just a little piece of trim. I do believe it is crocheted, but I don't think it was crocheted by hand. And I have no idea. It's been cut off of something, so it might have been off the bottom of a shirt or a dress or something. Thank you, Mama Jerry. And I'm just going to start in the back. Now, this I'm just going to put real loosely because I want it to be able to get all the way around just to cover up that top part, and then we'll sit her head down on there after we're done. And you can gather with glue too. You don't have to do it everything. They're stalking me. Yeah, I know. They're gonna. At least I got wood on my head, so maybe. So sometimes I wonder if I have a brain, right? Mama Jerry wonders too because I don't listen to my finger protector. Hello, Miss RJ. How are you, honey? And again, guys, this is my segment for Craft Around the Clock this morning. And you guys knew I had to put lace or bling in here somewhere. Now, she could be just a straight, hello, Minnie Cece, could be a straight little country angel with no lace. But we didn't want her to be that way. Because in my craft room, we got to have some bling and some bling and some fling, so to speak. Hello, Miss Nancy, how are you? You stay up till 1 sewing? I used to could. No, I can't do that no more. I end up with migraines too bad if I stay up. Now, this little piece of ribbon was not quite all the way, so there's a gap in the back, but that's okay. She maybe has got on a crocheted collar, which sometimes back in the 70s and 80s, my mom, I had crocheted collars that I put on my dresses to go to church as a little girl. So,
or if you watch Judge Judy, she has them.
Yeah, Miss Judge Judy has them. So I was in good company. Whew, lost that word too. Hello, Mr. Luther.
Just catch something for lunch, Luther, when you do that, please.
Yeah, it doesn't. Sometimes it just depends, Mama Jerry. Sometimes it does, and sometimes mine doesn't. So I understand where you're coming from. Now I'm just going to put a little. It doesn't want to be big because if you put way too much, again, you're going to melt your styrofoam. But I made sure that the white part that you can see is towards the back because that's going to be covered up anyway when we get done.
Debbie Krause says, Cheryl, I've lost track of everything I've learned from you. You're my crafting guru.
Thank you. I don't know it all. We're like I said, we the other day we're gonna do some technique days, and we're gonna try things. We tried crackle with hairspray the other day. It worked. I'm not a professional at it for sure, but I think I know what we did wrong, and we're probably gonna try it again. But we're gonna try things. So if you guys have something that you've heard works or something, let me know. You had them too. You had crocheted collars too. Hello, Miss Lucy. All right.
C says, my sons take me on a field trip to Dollar Tree yesterday. It's my Disneyland.
It's your Disneyland. Yep, it's mine too. But I've been good. I've only gone in there twice, I think, since we moved. Once to Dollar General, once to Dollar Tree. And neither time did I buy anything crafty. Okay, guys, this is crinkled paper. I didn't want her to have Spanish moss because that's what I use most of the time for Angel hair is Spanish moss. She's going to have something different. She's just got these little, it's the paper that you put in gift bags and it's like accordion pleated. Now you could pick them out individually and make them that way, but I think we're just going to start by grabbing a little bit. And if there's one that's not crinkled as good, he goes in the garbage. Because I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to sit and crinkle them back up. I don't accordion fold something that tiny. So, Glenda. And we can always give her a haircut. It's like I need a haircut. I'm just going to start down here at the bottom so I make sure I get this full. And again, you're going to want to do it and get it on rather quickly because otherwise the only thing it's going to be doing is melting your styrofoam ball. Hello, Miss Peggy Martin. Hello, Miss... Oh, I missed that. Hello, Miss Glenda. Sorry, guys. I had to see what that was. He's happy you're low maintenance, Chris. Yep.
Good morning.
Doesn't take much to please us, does it? I can't wait till we start having lots of garage sales and estate sales around here. They have started a few, but not, I guess they don't do them in the winter as much either, just like up north. Up north, they don't. And we kind of got into that habit of that was our downtime for the year, especially right after Christmas.
They're doing a lot more of them towards the Knoxville area, what I found out.
Yeah, we live out in the boondocks. No street lights, no nothing. But I was told yesterday that that's how they keep taxes down is they don't have these government funded electric poles all over the place. So I'm good with that. Plus it's wonderful for star watching. We found that out. Thanks, Teresa.
Good morning, the Golden Bell.
I'm just putting a bunch of this glue on here and then quickly putting my crunchy paper. I guess that's what we'll call it. I'm sure it has a real name.
Mama Jerry still hasn't unpacked her craft supplies from the move.
Well, no, I did that box. I've got one box left, I think. And then I've got just to organize stuff because it wasn't all in one place when we lived in Illinois. And so I've got to take stuff and just put all of one, like my little wood things or my surfaces. Now, I'm not going to leave her forehead that far out, okay? She's got to have a few bangs. But this came in a gift basket, and I thought, wow, that looks like kinky curly hair. Like my little angel went to the beauty shop and got herself a perm. So that's what she's getting for hair. Because like I said, you can use Spanish moss, the browns, the brown stuff, what I call Spanish moss. The other one I call reindeer moss. So if you guys ever hear me refer to that. Hey, Susan. Yeah, so many of us. And if she's going to have a couple little bangs, I don't care. I'm just looking for some little short ones to put up here so that I don't care if she has it in her face. All little girls have their hair in their face at sometime. Hello, Stephanie, my friend.
Good morning, Terry Force from Arkansas.
Welcome.
She's
from
a newbie.
Arkansas. I was born and raised in Blytheville, Arkansas, way up in the Northeast. Now, we don't want little alfalfa, so we will get rid of those that are sticking up. If they're sticking way out, she don't need to be ugly looking. We don't want no ugly angels. We're no ugly angels here. And again, you guys, if you see people on here that you're not familiar with, please go check them out. You might find something that they are doing or have done that you look back and see. Now, I am going to finish the back of her head because it's white. Remember, it's white.
Thank you for all the hearts, thumbs up, and good emojis, folks.
And then we are going to have a choice of what we do for her halo. I have stuff from my mom's craft stash that she had to whittle down when she went into, I wasn't ready for that one. I didn't think I had glue out that far.
Good morning, Dolores.
But she had to downsize, as a lot of you know. Hello, Nancy. And I ended up with a lot of her extra craft supplies, which was a blessing.
Yeah, that way we didn't have to spend money for them. We just had to spend the money to get it.
Yeah, we just had to go and move it from Arkansas up here because my mom still lives in Central Arkansas, down by Conway.
Sassy and chic, it is a beautiful Monday morning here in East Tennessee. It's probably about 45 degrees already this morning.
I don't think it's quite. I think it's like in the upper 30s. I think Mr. Mike is daydreaming. All right, she's got one or two little sprigs that have got to come off the front of her. She's not going to have a face. She's going to kind of be a little Amish angel. And it kind of is where I went with it with the color of the fabric that I had. A lot of my fabric, I get it wherever I can find the homespun type fabric. Jubilee Fabrics is a great place online if you don't have a fabric store. Good place you can order it from.
Folks, don't tell Cheryl she was right. It's 34 degrees.
He doesn't know I looked before I went live because you guys inevitably ask me what temperature we have right now, and I never know. So I wasn't going to get caught this morning. You guys weren't going to be able to do that to me because I was going to be aimed and ready for you. And I know I saw a lot of you over the weekend in comments and stuff on all the pages for that event. But if you missed it, go back and watch the Vintage and Thrifted Marathon event. There were a market day of the people that have businesses that they sell antiques and vintage things and thrifted finds. Okay. Like I said, she's had a perm, so her hair is everywhere.
Yeah, Mini CC, she got me on that one.
And you guys are so sweet to me.
Hey, Shabology.
Shabbyology. That's another one of my craft around the clock sisters. First time seeing you and enjoying watching. Thank you, Jane. New Hampshire. Is it cold up there? Or Jean, I'm sorry, honey. I hope that we are going to be doing a 4-part series for the next 4 Monday mornings at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Thank goodness I'm in Eastern time, so I don't have to be up and ready to go at 7:30 my time.
Or I'd still be asleep.
And I'm going to be doing it on my page as well as Craft Around the Clock. Hey, Mary.
Yes, Sassy and Chic, she's always right.
Yes, my husband always gets the last word, and he learned it from my father, which was, yes, dear.
And I only learned that after 6 months of being married.
And he figured out my dad was a pretty smart man before my dad passed away. He was pretty smart in lots of things.
But Selena has a question for you.
Yes, ma'am, Selena.
She says, is your angel going to have wings?
I do believe she's going to have wings. Now, they may not be real stiff because I saw, oh, good grief, Dita's craft over the weekend, and I didn't think about it as fast as she didn't think about her angel having stiff wings. But we're going to try something.
Nancy Hugh, I hope you're not near Ohio, near the train derailment and fire in Ohio.
Okay, this is just a dollar store new placemat, I guess is what you call it. It's kind of like a doily, but it's a placemat, I think. And we are just going to cut this down to be our angel's wings. Go ahead.
Good morning, Kathleen D. from Donglin, Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland.
Donglin.
Donglin.
Donegga.
Donegal.
Hey, I was close.
My youngest son has been to Ireland and did a homestay there. It was part of a group. So I'm just going to take what I think will work for this.
That's right, Glenda. If Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
I'm still trying to figure out. This is going to be her wings, but we got to cut it way down. I don't think I have a smaller one. No.
Secondhand Treasure sells bed springs too.
Yep, that's who somebody said was Deb from Secondhand Treasures. All right, we're just going to cut this off and we're going to go with it, and I'll gather it up in the middle when I'm done. And we're going to try, because Leanne with her angel this past weekend, she did pipe cleaners, the chenille stems, and that wasn't stiff enough for her wings. And I think my angel may be just a tad smaller, but we're not going to use chenille stems. We're going to try something else. So I'm just going to turn it over, and we're going to make a little pocket. Okay?
Sassy and Chic, we try to have fun when she's crafting.
There's no reason not to have fun crafting. It's one of the bestest things in the world. Hello, crafting cousins. Yeah, bestest. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this Fabri-Tac. Now, this is kind of going to be spotty because the Fabri-Tac needs something to stick to. And we're just going to roll it down enough to make a little pocket. The pocket doesn't have to be exactly the size of what we're going to use because it's going to be small, but we need to have a little, it's almost like doing a curtain, like a rod pocket. Hello, Miss Patty Gording. How are you, honey? Thank you.
Hey, Maria L.
And guys, if you're not familiar with our page, we'd love, this crinkle hair is getting in my way over here. And I probably will save that in case I do a little angel at Christmas time for an ornament, you guys. We crafters save everything. And sometimes that gets us in trouble. Because then we know we have it. It's just, where is it, right? Hey, Jean. August is a big month for you? Oh, yeah, that long yard sale. So we probably will hit part of that. Okay, so here's what we have. Yes, we are going to gather it up. Fabri-Tac does get on your fingers and then it wants to stick to everything because it stays sticky for a little while. Putting the lid back on. This is a bamboo skewer from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to break off the point because it's got paint on it and I don't want paint on it. And I'm going to feed it through this pocket that we just created. So she's going to have little bunched up wings.
Andrea, yeah, Shakespeare is very talkative in the morning.
And as long as there's nobody in the, well, as long as I'm not in the room, he doesn't like to talk when I'm in the room for some reason. We have yet to figure that one out because most mornings I get him up and give him his food and everything else.
Good morning, Alabama.
Now, when I get it out to the end, I thought this, and you don't see this because it's that natural color of the bamboo skewer and it's little, okay? So I know it went in there because it went right on through. There we go. Now, I could have woven this in and out some openings, but I didn't want to. And I'm going to take just a tad of hot glue and tack it right at the end of this bamboo skewer. And if this doesn't work, I can just heat it up and take it off. It'll be okay. That's one good thing if you're doing something with hot glue. Make sure you don't put it in the sun, like outside on your porch if your porch is not covered. You knew it? Yeah. No, I'm not always right. Trust me. I am not always right.
But yet she lets me go out and talk to the neighborhood guys.
Yeah. He disappears and I'm just, oh, well, he'll be back sometime because he didn't leave in the car. So he went on a walkabout.
But he has his phone.
Yeah, usually he doesn't take his phone. So if I need him, I have no clue where he's at. So I just start calling the neighbors and saying, is my husband there?
Hi, Danny.
Okay, now the side that I looped over, that's going to go towards her body. If you wanted to do double layers, you could. But I think this, and we can cut it down some more if we think it's too big. And I do think it's maybe a little big. You guys think those wings are too big? Here, let me hold her up. Come here, little spring. You guys think those are too big? I think we should probably cut them down.
Good morning, Virginia.
And then I'll just scrunch it up some more.
Good morning, Eminem. How's the weather, hon?
Now, guys, I can bling her up more. I can leave her plain. Let me get this skewer out of here and shorten this down some. So this is what I was saying. If you need to, hot glue will release. And if it doesn't release, heat it up with your heat tool. Because we need that little piece out of there. And I don't want to shorten it too much because I want her to have wide, that she's an angel that's able to fly.
Good morning, Miss Davis.
Earned her wings. Is that Julia?
Yes.
Hello, my friend Julia.
Good morning, Linda.
And I guess Michael looked up Maggie Valley, and I guess we do have to take a day trip to Maggie Valley. I'm up for it. As soon as it warms up just a wee bit. I don't need it to be real warm, but I do need it a little bit warmer. So I just shortened this bamboo skewer a little bit. Now, guys, you could use vintage fabric doing this. You could use all homespun fabric. You could do it all in lace. That was my first thought. And you guys know where my first love is lace and bling. Now, her wings are long, and I'm okay with that. It covers up the back of her dress and the back of that collar that wasn't together. So I'm going to put the glue on her so that I know where it's going to go instead of out in Never Never Land. And I'm just going to glue across the back of her neck, and I'll go up under her hair a little bit just to hide any part of that skewer that we might be showing. Oh, good grief. And then I couldn't figure out which was the right way and which was the wrong way. My comments have quit scrolling. I wonder why.
Hi, Dawn. Hey, Kathy Fuller. Hey, Patty Gentry.
So, guys, if you're liking this and you like the idea of me doing a series every Monday, which, like I said, I'm set for 4 of them to do, Makeover Mondays, and we're going to be taking things and making them over.
Jen, yes, it's in, it's about 2.5 hours from our house. It's in
North Carolina.
Yes, thank you, honey.
Because I thought it was in Tennessee, but when Michael looked it up and saw where it was, she's missing some hair on one side of her head, and I don't like that. She's got a balding spot like me.
Hey, Sheila.
She must be getting to her age that she... Okay. And see this, you don't see this bamboo skirt. If you're using something larger, like if you're doing a larger angel and you have to use a rod, use a dowel rod, the real small one, like 3/16, I think they are. Oh, great. I think I need another cup of coffee. I haven't got done with my first one yet. That's probably what's wrong. Thanks, Miss Linda. So that's, like I said, and if you wanted to, you could gather this up so that her wings looked more like wings. I think it looks kind of cute like that. Now,
Good morning, Lily.
Here's what I need help with, guys. We can do one of two things. These are out of my mom's craft stash. My mom used to do smocked Easter eggs. And I don't know if any of you know what smocking is. It's like all the polyflinder. And these are little gold end caps from that. One side is, some of them are kind of antique bronze and some of them are bright. Would this be good enough? Give me hearts if this is good enough, you think, for her halo. Or is it too small? I can do two things. You know what? We could put this on the front of her dress, or we can put some bling on the front of her little dress just to give her a little, and I can fold it in half if you guys think so. This is what I was thinking about for her halo. These are little bitty things out of the bridal department at, you like the idea of a dowel rod? Yeah, I thought it was just something that would hold it up. So, but I am not going to raise her halo too much. I don't want it way up there. I just want her to be a little angel.
Daddy doggy duties.
Thanks, Mary. You're excited for the series, Sheila? Thank you. Hey, Lois. My hubby had to go on daddy doggy duty. They do that every time I go live, guys. They're just like kids. Just like kids. Yeah, when we got this in a gift the other day in a gift basket, I was like, this hair is not going anywhere. Or this, and Mike's like, we don't have hair. I said, look at this crinkle stuff. This is angel hair. Well, it didn't take long for me to use it up, did it? Day trip to Asheville. We're going to go everywhere this summer. I think we're going to have just a ball. The body, hang on, Miss Shirley, and I will show you. We used an old couch spring. It's smaller at the top than at the bottom. A lot of people have been using bed springs. This one is actually out of a couch. It's smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. I can raise her dress up. So we just made over an old couch spring, chair spring. It's one that you would sit in. Hello, my Joyce. And a bed spring is big on both ends, so it doesn't go through the edge of your, hang some longer hair on the back so it covers the rod. Gotcha. We can do that. We got plenty over here. Thank you, Miss Deborah. So her halo is not up in the air and you don't see it. It's not out in your face. Let me cover up a little bit of this dowel that we're going to get rid of some. I'm going to put some hair on this girl. She's going to have a full head of hair. So guys, you could give her a face if you really wanted her to. You like this one for the halo, Diane? So we're just covering up a little part of, like I said, these ones that are real wide, some of them didn't get crinkled. I think it missed the machine or whatever. I have no idea how they crinkle this. I'd hate to think somebody had to sit there and accordion pleat all these. You like the pearl halo? I think I do like the pearl halo. Okay. How's that? Now she's got little ringlet hair all, and I'm not going to put it out here because I don't want to take away that that's her wings. Okay. And the only other thing is I think I'm going to take one of these that has tarnished a little bit because one of them's bright and one of them's like antique. I'm going to fold it in half. They are real pliable because like my mom used to cut them and put them on the ends of Easter eggs that she made. And I'm just going to leave the whole piece there. I'm not going to cut it in half. And I'm just going to put this is kind of like her little necklace. And my little angel has no wings. Hello, my friend from Vintage to Chic. And I'm just going to go right at the baseline of her neck. And don't forget, guys, Miss Lisa and Mr. Jonathan are up next with Heart's Desire. And after her is Cindy Lou with a little bit of DIY. And after Miss Cindy Lou is Miss Pat. So I could have put a piece of Totally Dazzled or real bling bling, given her a little pearl necklace. I could have done lots of things, but I kind of wanted a little bit of homage to my mama. Can't wait for it to warm up a little bit so we can go see her. Like I said, she's in Central Arkansas still, so it's still about an 8-hour trip for us, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm glad you guys were here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're watching from the dentist. Ugh. Hey, Daryl. Hey, Donnie. How are you? So, guys, this is just giving you some ideas. If you've got old bed springs or you see them at a estate sale or an auction or a flea market or something, you can make wonderful things on them. Like I said, I've made a scarecrow. I've made a ghost, but you can also get, you can make Christmas things. I just didn't do any Christmas things this year on them. And be sure, stay in craft around the clock. Thank you, Miss Julia. Thank you, Renee. Thanks, Patty. The pearl halo is beautiful. I like it because it's simple and doesn't scream halo, halo. So it gives her a little bit. But guys, it's just with leftover and made over springs and made over styrofoam balls and all things sweet. Thanks, Miss Yvonne. All right, guys, go over and see Miss Lisa. And I don't know, like I said, if Mr. Jonathan's with her this morning or not. So you guys have an awesome, blessed day. Take care. We love you. God bless you and happy crafting.